Hey everybody, this is Larry, this is me going with Q2 of the bi-weekly contest 91, count ways to build good strings. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord, let me know what you think about this problem. This one is actually, it's worth 5, I was going to check the point value, and it's worth 5 points, and I think it's justified. It's kind of a hard problem, to be honest, for most people, only because, it's something that you have to have some a priori knowledge, right? Like, very common Q2s on Leetcode recently anyway has been pretty straightforward. You just have to do what they tell you, maybe sorting or something like this. But this one is kind of hard because this requires dynamic programming. There's actually, you can also use, I feel like if Josh is watching this or a couple of people in my Discord is watching this, they'll also mention the matrix multiplication one. We're not going to do that, or we're not going to talk about it per se. So I think maybe not, just because the ones and highs can be pretty big, but maybe there's a way to do it that way. But the idea here is, I think the way that they structure the way that they phrase the problem is very interesting, because I think it's kind of confusing the way that they did it. But the short answer there is that it's a counting problem, and you can probably do it recursively as well with tops down. But I actually, at least in my contest, as you can kind of briefly see, I did it bottoms up because it has a very similar structure to Fibonacci and stuff like this, and we'll talk about it in a sec. But the core idea is that these ones and zeros don't really matter. I guess it matters in a way of that they're distinct, but there's no different way to get a distinct one anyway. So, and what I mean by that is that basically you only care about how many counts of length. The recursive function may look something like, like how many are there of length n, right? Well, the number of length n is just equal to, okay, let's say we use one number of ones. It's hard to say, let's just call this. Let's just say O is equal to 1 and Z is equal to 0, right? Then that means that this is just equal to count of n minus O, because that's when you use the ones, plus the count of n minus Z. That means we have zeros, right? That's basically the idea behind the function. And of course, there's some base cases with zeros and negatives or whatever, but that's basically the core idea about this problem. And starting from that, everything else is just I did a bottoms up, like I said, with also keeping in mind the mod, and that's pretty much it. We dp of I is equal to I minus 0. We have some if statements. Start off with 1, for 0 length we start with 1, and that's pretty much the idea. We mod it, and then if it's between low and high, we sum it. And that's pretty much it. This is going to be linear time, linear space for some definition of linear. I don't think this is technically linear, because people like to say O of n, where n is high maybe. But I guess that's technically true, but that's not true in terms of the input size, right? The input size high only has log n bits, or log high bits, right? So this is actually technically exponential in the size of the input, both in time and space. But if you want to say it in terms of O of high, O of h, if you will, that's fine too. That's up to you. But that's what I would say in terms of the size of the input. Yeah, I mean, I think so. Two things. One is this, this is definitely a harder Q2, but and maybe there's some disguising of the problem here. What I mean by that is that they weighted the problem in a way that's a little bit maybe hard to understand, or like to distill into the core problem. Like you can understand it, but to distill it into a problem that you can read in a good way. But the level of difficulty is probably what I would expect in an interview, especially as of time of this recording in 2022, where there's the macroeconomics is not so good. So I would definitely recommend that. So let me know what you think about this video and this explanation. I think if you struggle with this one, there are a lot of counting type dynamic programming problems on Leetcode, so definitely check those out. And if you want to help out, you can leave a comment below as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this one. So let me know what you think, and you could watch me solve a live in contest now. misunderstood that one actually. 0, 1, low, high. Between low and high. Okay, mod. Okay, let's see. What are we doing? It's a good string. Say what? Empty string. But this only has 2 digits. I don't get it. Huh? I really don't get this one. Why can you? Oh, this is per operation. I see. Okay. I think I misunderstood that one. Okay. Having a length between. Okay, so it's just dp, right? That's not quite what I. Oh. Oops. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this problem. Stay good, stay healthy to good mental health. Hope you had a good contest, and yeah, let me know what you think. See ya.